Hey everybody, I'm Justin Czar with bowhunting.com. Today we're here to take a look at the TightSpot quiver. Now, TightSpot's been around for a long time. I've been using one for many years, and when I talk to people, a lot of times they ask me, like, what's so good about a TightSpot? What makes a TightSpot different? Well, you know, as the name says, the first thing you're gonna notice is that it fits tight to your bow. You know, old school quivers usually sit pretty far off of your bow, and if you're one of those guys that likes to shoot with your quiver still attached, it's gonna add weight farther out, which can cause you to torque or to cant your bow a little bit more than you normally would. So by keeping this quiver nice and tight into the bow, it actually helps to balance your equipment a little bit better. So that's gonna be kind of the main feature that you're gonna notice about the TightSpot. But for me, I think what makes it unique is its adjustability and its versatility. This quiver is adjustable in almost every possible way that you could want to adjust a quiver to fit on your bow. One of the things that I personally think is most handy is the ability to adjust the quiver up and down in the way that it fits on your bow. You know, as you guys go through the years and you buy a new bow, for example, we were looking at a Triax here. It's a 28-inch axle-to-axle bow. Last year we were shooting a 32-inch axle-to-axle bow. The mounting position on the bow is going to be a little bit different, which can cause your quiver to sit either a little bit too high or a little bit too low. When it sits too low and you go to try to set that bow down and your nocks are digging in the dirt, that is just awful. I hate digging dirt out of my nocks. So the TightSpot actually has a unique design. So it's got two carbon fiber rods that make up, you know, the main support for the quiver, but this bracket in the middle is actually adjustable. All you've got to do is loosen these Allen keys and you can actually slide this bracket up and down to adjust where this quiver sits within your bow. So if you're a guy with a super long draw, really long arrows, and you need to get this thing way up high so that your arrows aren't digging in the ground, you can do that. So that's one of the things that I like about the TightSpot. Another thing to notice with this quiver is it's actually got some vibration dampening material built into this bracket here. So for those of you who do shoot with your quiver on, it's going to help dampen vibration. Now, the other adjustable thing about the TightSpot that makes it very unique is the ability to adjust the pressure on the gripper down here and how hard it's going to grip your arrows. Where that really comes into handy is for guys that shoot or want to maybe change to different diameter arrows. You've got everything from a micro diameter arrow all the way up to a standard diameter carbon arrow, or even an aluminum arrow these days will fit in here. So you actually just use an Allen wrench, and there's little screws in here, and you actually screw these spacers down to make the fit a little bit tighter. So I'm shooting a small diameter Rampage arrow, and as you can see, you know, they fit in here nice and tight. You're going to get that nice snap when you click it in there, so this arrow isn't going to go anywhere on you. The last thing I want to talk about, I guess there's a couple more things I want to talk about. We've got a spacer in here, or a kind of like a rubber dampener or gasket. The unique thing about this is you can rotate this around. It's got obviously 4 different sides, but each side is varying in thickness. So if you've got anywhere on your bow, when you get this thing nice and tight in there, if there's going to be any chance for this rod to rub against your bow, you can actually rotate this and get the right thickness to help kind of buffer that on your particular bow. And the last thing I like about it is the fact that it's got this quick release, right? So let's say you're walking through the woods and you need to get an arrow out of your quiver quickly. The primary arrow that's closest to you actually comes off the back of the quiver versus most of them that come off the side and go out this direction. So it's very simple and very easy to just pop this thing out. Now you've got an arrow, you can knock it and you're ready to go. Now, as you guys can see on my particular bow, I am using the double gripper. This is a new option for this year. They just came out with this extra gripper literally just snaps right over the existing support rods, gives you an additional point of contact up here. Where it really comes in handy is for guys that are shooting mechanical broadheads, and you don't want to push them super hard into the hood of the quiver because you risk deploying those broadheads. This just gives you one extra point of contact to really hold these arrows in here and make sure that they're not going to go anywhere. So that's pretty much an overview of the TightSpot quivers. As I said, Todd, myself, a bunch of the guys on our team, we've been shooting these things for years. We absolutely love them. If you guys are in the market for them, check them out. They make you know, a standard 5-arrow. They also make a 7-arrow quiver here, which actually has inset here for 2 extra arrows. So if you shoot like Todd and you need those extra arrows, the 7-arrow model may be for you. It comes in a variety of different colors to match most popular bows. So guys, make sure you check them out online. It's TightSpotQuivers.com, or of course you can head over to LancasterArchery.com and you can buy them right there. Thanks for watching.